Good morning, kids. Thank you for joining us on another Online Energy. I know it's been a big week for you. I guess most of you are back to school after 6 months off. The team have been thinking about you and praying for you. Right, let's get into the video.
I'm gonna spin around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. I will run this race and I will never stop. Such a lot, when you got not a lot, what? Be happy! I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. I'm gonna jump up and down, gonna spin right around, gonna praise your name forever. I'm gonna shout out loud, gonna deafen the crowd, gonna sing my praise to heaven. Run this race and I will never stop. I follow Jesus till the day I drop. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When you got such a lot, when you got not a lot, what? Be happy. Such a lot, when you got not a lot, what? Be happy.
Right then, kids, today's memory verse is from 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. It's, man looks at the inside, but God looks at the heart. So, as always, we've got a jingle to help us. I'll sing it along first, and then afterwards we'll all sing it together. Okay? Man looks at the outside, the outside, the outside. Man looks at the outside, but God looks at the heart. Okay? Let's all do it together. Man looks at the outside, the outside, the outside. Man looks at the outside, but God looks at the heart.
How are you all doing this morning? Have you started school yet? Are you starting school this week coming up? I wanted to show you one of my friends here. He's only starting school for the very first time and he's really nervous. Come on, Lenny, you know you want to come and see them. Now this is Lenny. Lenny's only 4 and he's starting school for the first time and he's feeling really nervous about going. I don't know about you, but even when I was a teacher, I used to get really nervous about going back to school again. And Lenny's feeling a bit worried. He's seen all his friends getting ready for school and he says they all look really brave and like they really know what they're doing. And he's really scared and he really doesn't think that he's up to going to school yet. In fact, I think he'd quite like to stay at home for quite a while yet. But Lenny, it's all right. You're going to be fine. Honestly, you will. I'm sure all of the people who are watching have either been to school before or they can tell you that school's not scary. Well, we were talking about a verse earlier on about God being someone who could look at your heart. Now, that doesn't mean that God's got X-ray vision and he can see inside you to your heart. But God knows what you're really like. He doesn't see the outside, where sometimes we try and put on a brave face and look like we're really more confident than we are. But God looks at who you really are as a person, not just the things that we show on the outside. So I wonder if you've ever thought about whether God wants you to be one of his heroes. In the Bible, we look at lots of people like David, we look at Moses and these people, and in our minds they can sound like they're great heroes, like they're big, strapping people who could walk out and do anything for God, and like they were never scared at all. I know, but God doesn't choose people who we would choose. So I think when the story of Samuel choosing David to be king is a really good example of that. So Samuel's gone out to choose a new king, and he looks through all these guys, and it's Jesse's sons, and they're like kind of cool and strong and older, and they look like the sort of people who could be kings. But God says, no, it's none of those who I want to be king. And Samuel has to say, well, have you got any more sons? And Jesse says, well, yeah, actually I have, but he's just a shepherd. He's out in the field looking after the sheep. You wouldn't want to choose him. But Samuel says, no, I want to see him. And when Samuel sees him, he hears God's voice telling him, this is who I want to be king. It's David. Now, if you look to David, he's not even an adult yet. We don't know exactly how old he is, but he's probably somewhere, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe a bit older. And this is the guy that God has chosen to be king. So God doesn't just look and see the stuff that we are on the outside. He sees where our heart's at. Now, I don't know if you've ever thought of this before, but do you think God ever wants you to do a specific job for him? You don't? Come on, Lenny, listen to the story and you might feel differently. God has chosen you. You, yes, you sitting there now. He has made you absolutely the right person for the place that you're in, the school that you're in, the friends that you hang out with. He's made you to do a job. Now, you don't have to go on a training camp. You don't have to have special powers. You don't have to have anything in particular, but there are two things that people who follow God and do what they want, do what God wants, need. First of all, you need to be listening. You need to be listening to what God says he wants you to do. And it could be anything. And the second thing is you need to just say yes. Because we all know what it's like. We listen, we hear someone ask us to do something. But if you don't actually agree and get on and do with it, it doesn't make any difference whether you've heard or not. So firstly, listen. Be listening to what God says to you. Spend a bit of time, perhaps before you go into school, saying, okay, God, what do you want me to do today? And I know that feeling because I get that feeling too. I'm like, God, don't give me something really terrifying to do. But actually, God is really kind to us. He gives us little steps, little things to do that train us up for the next thing to do. Yeah, the next thing. So, firstly, ask God. Say, what do you want me to do for you today? And then when you get that little feeling inside you that says, maybe I need to hang out with that person today. Maybe I need to tell someone, wow, you're looking good today. Whatever it is, listen to that voice and then say, yes, okay, God, I'm going to do it. And the best part about all of this is that you don't do it on your own. No, you don't. God will say, this is your job, but not only am I sending you, I'm going to give you all the help you need to go and do it. So we're going to all be praying for you as you go back to school this week, even Lenny. And we're going to be thinking and really hoping that you are spending time asking God what he wants you to do and saying yes. Bye, Lenny.
Thanks for watching, kids. We'll see you next month. Take care. Bye.